Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Cliusnra 3.5-inch flexible selfie ring light with a cell phone stand, and it clamps to a surface. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link in the description of this on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So here's the packaging. There's not much on here. It just says beauty, warm, fill-in light. And here's the light. It looks like it's mostly assembled. So the long arm here is about 25 inches and the short one's around 13. So this does have some heft to it. You can feel this is metal here, and it's covered with like a rubber or plastic. This is the cell phone mount, spring loaded. It has one of these ball mounts on it. This looks similar to the type you find on like a car cell phone mount. So we'll put the ring over this ball here. We'll clip it on and then we'll tighten that down, and that will tighten in any position so you can rotate it. We have a USB cable for power to power the light, and we have the control on the cord, and this seems to be about 3 to 4 feet. So here's the clamp. It's metal and we have foam on the inside. So the clamp is parallel at about 1 inch. If I squeeze it tighter, I can get it to 1.5. I don't know that it would fit 2. I'll plug this into my USB power adapter. We'll try out the modes here. So I'll turn the light on. So it has a power button that turns it on and off. We have a cycle button. So that will change the color temperature. So we have, looks like a white light, a cool light, and a warm light. And then we have different levels of dimming. I think it's 10 levels. So this is the lowest setting, and this is the brightest setting. Turn this all the way down. If I unplug this and plug it back in, it does not retain the setting. Let's turn it down again, turn it off, turn it back on, and it does retain the setting if you turn it on and off with the controller, but if you just unplug it, it does not retain the setting. So let me clamp this to my bench here. There we go. So this is a 1.5 inch thick bench. Seems pretty sturdy on there. So I have a phone here that fits in like so. And I can tighten that down, and then I can move around the ring light. So this is just a stand-in phone. I'm going to switch the phone I'm recording with into the mount, and then we'll try it out. Okay, so I've mounted my phone in the mount and I have it on selfie mode. One thing to consider is if I tap the phone, it can shake a little bit. So if you have a desk that moves around a lot, that might be a concern. So the light is currently above the phone. I can move it below, like so. I could potentially move it right in front of the camera too. Let's try that. So now the light is right in front of the camera. I'll take a picture of this and put it up on the screen. So in order to get the light here, I actually put it behind the phone to kind of flex the arm, and then I slid it in front, and that seemed to get it to hold tight up against the phone. But you could move this to any orientation. The idea of putting it around the camera is that it will reduce shadows. So let me change this here. Let me turn to the different modes. So I had it on white. So this was, let me turn this up. So this is white. This is full brightness on white. That's very bright. This is cool. This is warm. Here's white again, and I'll go down through the brightness settings, and this is the dimmest. So on the brightest mode, it's very, very bright. So if you put the light right in front of the camera, you're not going to be able to see your own screen, so it probably works best just to put it a little bit above, like so, and that should work well too. And I'll do full brightness there. So I'm going to switch this around and we'll take a look at using this as a task light. Okay, so I have an external solid state hard drive case here. I have the phone pointed at it, and I can take the ring light and I can adjust it. If it's really close, there's a lot of glare on it. of the ring light itself. So that may not work well with reflective surfaces. If I lift it up just a little bit like that, the glare's gone. Let's see if I'm looking at an item here. I need to raise my camera. I'd say that does a pretty good job of getting rid of shadows. Even if you're not live streaming, I think this could make a pretty handy task light. Like if you're doing some plumbing under a sink, you could use this, or if you're working on a car, you could clamp this onto whatever surface and then point the light where you need it. In that same regard, you could have your phone in here and you could be doing a video conference with someone who maybe knows how to fix something. So say you don't know plumbing, you could set this up, you could call someone that does know plumbing, you could have it well lit here, you have the video, and they could tell you what to do. So this is powered with USB, as I talked about earlier. One nice thing about that is that you can plug this into a charger like this, you can plug it into a small wall charger, you can plug it into a power pack, your car, the wall, if you have a USB port on the wall. There's so many different ways to power this light. It's very versatile. So that's the Cliusnra 3.5-inch LED ring light with a cell phone stand and a clamp. I think this is a versatile little light. I don't know that it's the most ideal if you have a wobbly surface. So this would work well for clamping to something like a shelf or a sturdy desk. I don't think this would work well if you were to, say, clamp it to a bicycle or, say, a moving car. It might wiggle quite a bit. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.